20 black actors who died of horrible diseases. What if we told you that some of the most beloved black actors in Hollywood weren't taken by scandals or accidents, but by devastating diseases that quietly stole their lives? Behind the laughter, legendary performances, and unforgettable characters were private battles that most fans never knew about. From icons who changed television forever to movie stars who inspired millions, their stories reveal courage, resilience, and heartbreaking loss. Tonight we remember 20 black actors whose lives were cut short by serious illnesses, and the powerful legacy they left behind. Before we begin, subscribe to Black Excellence Legends for more powerful stories that honor Black history and culture. And tell us in the comments, which actor's work touched your life the most, and why do you think their legacy still matters today? Chadwick Boseman. Few stories in Hollywood are as inspiring and as heartbreaking as that of Chadwick Boseman. To millions of fans around the world, he will forever be remembered as King T'Challa, the noble hero of Black Panther. But behind the strength and dignity he portrayed on screen was a quiet battle that very few people knew about. In 2016, Boseman was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer, a disease that would later progress to stage 4. Instead of stepping away from his career, he chose to continue working, carrying the burden of treatment while delivering some of the most powerful performances of his life. During those 4 years, Boseman filmed an extraordinary lineup of projects. He starred in Black Panther 2018, which earned over $1.3 billion at the global box office and became a cultural milestone for representation in film. At the same time, he completed demanding roles in movies like Da 5 Bloods, 21 Bridges, and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Friends and colleagues later revealed that Boseman often endured chemotherapy, surgeries, and intense fatigue while still appearing on set, prepared, focused, and determined. Born in Anderson, South Carolina, Boseman first studied directing and writing before turning to acting. He attended Howard University, where he developed a passion for telling stories about historical figures who changed the world. That passion led him to portray icons such as Jackie Robinson in 42 and James Brown in Get On Up. In each performance, he approached the role with respect, discipline, and a deep sense of responsibility. When Boseman passed away on August 28, 2020, at the age of 43, the news shocked the world. Tributes poured in from fans, actors, athletes, and leaders across the globe. Yet what made his story so powerful was not only his talent, but his courage. Even while facing a devastating illness, he continued inspiring millions. In many ways, Boseman's legacy goes beyond cinema. He reminded the world that true strength is not only measured by victory, but by how quietly and bravely a person carries their struggle. And sometimes the most powerful heroes are the ones fighting battles we never see. Michael Clarke Duncan. When Michael Clarke Duncan appeared on screen, it was almost impossible not to notice him. Standing 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighing well over 300 pounds during parts of his career, he had the physical presence of a giant. Yet behind that imposing frame was a voice filled with warmth and a personality known for kindness. Duncan's life story remains one of Hollywood's most remarkable journeys, from working-class beginnings to becoming one of the most beloved character actors of his generation. Born in Chicago, Illinois, Duncan was raised by a single mother who worked tirelessly to support their family. Before fame ever came into his life, he held a variety of jobs, including digging ditches for a gas company and later working as a bodyguard for celebrities such as Will Smith and Jamie Foxx. Those experiences eventually opened doors to the entertainment industry, where he began taking small acting roles while pursuing his dream. His breakthrough arrived in 1999 with the film The Green Mile, directed by Frank Darabont and based on Stephen King's novel. Duncan played John Coffey, a gentle giant with mysterious healing abilities who is wrongly sentenced to death. The performance stunned audiences and critics alike. With minimal dialogue, Duncan conveyed compassion, innocence, and deep emotional pain. His work earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor, a rare achievement for someone relatively new to film. In the years that followed, Duncan appeared in numerous movies including Armageddon, Daredevil, and Planet of the Apes. Despite often being cast in physically intimidating roles, colleagues frequently described him as one of the kindest people in Hollywood. Interestingly, Duncan was also known for maintaining a vegetarian lifestyle, believing it helped him stay healthy and energetic. However, in July 2012, Duncan suffered a massive heart attack at his home in Los Angeles. His fiancée at the time performed CPR, and emergency responders managed to revive him, but the damage to his heart was severe. After nearly 2 months of medical complications, Michael Clarke Duncan passed away on September 3, 2012, at the age of 54. His story is a reminder that strength does not always come from size or power. Sometimes it comes from kindness, humility, and the ability to move people's hearts. And through his unforgettable performance in The Green Mile, Michael Clarke Duncan ensured that audiences would remember the gentle soul behind the giant. Bernie Mac. Few comedians possess the fearless honesty and explosive energy of Bernie Mac. When he stepped onto a stage, audiences immediately knew they were about to hear something real, something raw, funny, and deeply human. Born Bernard Jeffrey McCullough in Chicago, Illinois, Mac grew up on the city's tough South Side, an environment that shaped both his humor and his resilience. His childhood was marked by hardship, including the early loss of both parents, and those experiences would later become the foundation of the stories he told in his comedy. Mac began performing stand-up in Chicago clubs during the late 1970s and 1980s, gradually building a reputation for his bold style. His big breakthrough came in 1992 when he appeared on HBO's Def Comedy Jam. Walking on stage with total confidence, he famously opened his routine by telling the audience, "I ain't scared of you." That moment instantly became one of the most legendary introductions in stand-up history. By the late 1990s, Mac's popularity exploded with the original Kings of Comedy tour alongside Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hughley. The tour's film version, directed by Spike Lee, brought his humor to millions. Soon after, Mac starred in his own television sitcom, The Bernie Mac Show, 2001 to 2006, which blended comedy with heartfelt moments about family life. The series earned 2 Emmy nominations and became one of the most beloved shows of the early 2000s. Behind the laughter, however, Mac was fighting a serious health condition. For years, he lived with sarcoidosis, a disease that causes inflammation in organs such as the lungs. Although he continued working and performing, the illness weakened his immune system. In August 2008, complications from pneumonia proved too severe, and Bernie Mac passed away at just 50 years old. His death shocked fans and fellow comedians alike. Yet his legacy remains powerful. Bernie Mac showed that humor can grow from pain and hardship, transforming difficult experiences into something that brings joy to others. His voice, bold, honest, and unforgettable, still echoes in comedy today, reminding us that laughter can be both healing and courageous. Gregory Hines. Gregory Hines was more than an actor. He was a dancer who moved with electricity, a performer who seemed to carry rhythm in every step he took. For many people, he was the artist who helped revive tap dance for a new generation, bringing an art form rooted in African-American history back into the spotlight. Watching Hines perform was not simply watching choreography, it was watching pure joy translated into movement. Born in New York City, Hines began dancing when he was just 5 years old, performing alongside his older brother Maurice as the Hines Kids. By their teenage years, the brothers were touring nationally, earning recognition for their speed, creativity, and musical precision. Tap dance, once a major part of American entertainment, had begun to fade in popularity during the mid-20th century. Hines would later become one of the figures who brought it back to mainstream audiences. In the 1980s, Hines transitioned successfully into film and television. One of his most celebrated performances came in White Nights, 1985, where he starred opposite Mikhail Baryshnikov. The film allowed him to showcase both dramatic acting and the dazzling dance skills that made him famous. Other notable projects included The Cotton Club, Running Scared, and Waiting to Exhale. Whether playing a comedic partner or a serious dramatic role, Hines brought warmth and charisma to every scene. Beyond acting, Hines dedicated much of his career to preserving the legacy of tap dance. He supported young dancers, appeared in documentaries about the art form, and often spoke about the importance of honoring the performers who came before him. Sadly, Gregory Hines passed away on August 9, 2003, at the age of 57, after battling liver cancer. His death deeply saddened the dance and film communities, but his influence continues. Today, many modern tap dancers credit Hines as the reason they discovered the art in the first place. Gregory Hines left the world a simple but powerful lesson. When passion meets discipline, it can transform movement into something unforgettable. And through every rhythm he created, he ensured that the heartbeat of tap dance would never fade. Clarence Williams III. Some actors command attention the moment they appear on screen, not through loud performances, but through quiet intensity. Clarence Williams III was one of those rare performers. With his piercing eyes, calm voice, and controlled presence, he had the ability to make even the smallest role unforgettable. Born in New York City, Williams grew up surrounded by music and creativity. His grandfather was a famous jazz musician, yet he chose the stage as his path, studying acting seriously and beginning his career in theater before moving to television and film. Williams first gained national recognition in the late 1960s with the groundbreaking television series, The Mod Squad. He played Lincoln "Link" Hayes, an undercover police officer working alongside two young partners to solve crimes. The show ran from 1968 to 1973 and became notable for its diverse cast during a time when American television rarely featured Black actors in leading dramatic roles. Williams portrayed Link with dignity and quiet strength, avoiding stereotypes and showing audiences a thoughtful, intelligent character. As the years passed, Williams built a long and varied career. He appeared in films such as Purple Rain, 1984, where he delivered a chilling performance as the troubled father of Prince's character. Later, he gained attention for memorable roles in Half-Baked, Reindeer Games, and several television productions. Whether playing a villain, mentor, or mysterious figure, Williams brought depth to every character he portrayed. Behind the scenes, he was known for his professionalism and dedication to the craft of acting. Rather than seeking the spotlight, he preferred to let his work speak for itself. That approach earned him respect from fellow actors and filmmakers across generations. Clarence Williams III passed away on June 4, 2021, at the age of 81, after battling colon cancer. His career spanned more than 5 decades, leaving behind performances that continue to captivate audiences. His legacy reminds us that true artistry does not always shout. It often speaks quietly, leaving a lasting impression long after the scene ends. Ron Glass. Ron Glass was the kind of actor whose presence immediately made a character feel trustworthy. With his warm smile, calm voice, and thoughtful delivery, he brought intelligence and humanity to every role he played. Over the course of a career that lasted more than 40 years, Glass became known for portraying characters who balanced humor, wisdom, and quiet strength. Born in Evansville, Indiana, Glass studied drama and literature at the University of Evansville before pursuing acting professionally. After moving to Hollywood in the early 1970s, he began appearing in television roles that quickly revealed his natural talent for comedy and drama alike. His breakthrough came with the popular sitcom Barney Miller, which aired from 1975 to 1982. In the show, Glass played Detective Ron Harris, a witty and stylish police officer who dreamed of becoming a writer. His sharp timing and smooth delivery made the character one of the most memorable parts of the series. Years later, Glass gained a whole new generation of fans through the science fiction series Firefly. In that show, he portrayed Shepard Book, a mysterious spiritual guide traveling aboard a spaceship crew. The role was very different from his earlier comedic work, but Glass approached it with quiet authority and emotional depth. Fans of the series admired how he brought compassion and moral reflection to a story set in a futuristic world. Outside of acting, Glass was known as a thoughtful and reflective person who valued personal growth. He practiced Buddhism for many years and often spoke about the importance of kindness and understanding in everyday life. Ron Glass passed away on November 25, 2016, at the age of 71 due to respiratory failure. His passing was deeply felt by both television audiences and science fiction fans around the world. Through decades of performances, Glass proved that sometimes the most powerful characters are not the loudest ones, but the ones who bring wisdom, humor, and humanity to every moment they appear on screen. Diahann Carroll. Diahann Carroll was more than an actress. She was a trailblazer who reshaped what audiences expected to see on television. At a time when opportunities for Black women in Hollywood were extremely limited, Carroll stepped onto the screen with elegance, intelligence, and confidence that quietly challenged the status quo. Born in the Bronx, New York, she grew up in a family that encouraged music and creativity. Her early career began in nightclubs and on Broadway, where her smooth voice and poised stage presence quickly captured attention. Her biggest breakthrough arrived in 1968 with the television series Julia. The show made history by presenting Carroll as Julia Baker, a professional nurse and single mother. This may seem ordinary today, but at the time, it was revolutionary. Black women had rarely been portrayed as educated professionals on American television. Over its 3-season run, the series demonstrated that audiences were ready to embrace complex Black characters whose lives were not defined by stereotypes. Carroll's performance earned her a Golden Globe Award, further cementing her place in television history. Beyond television, Carroll maintained a remarkable career in film, theater, and music. She appeared in movies such as Claudine, 1974, a role that earned her an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress, and later captivated viewers with her glamorous performance as Dominique Devereaux on the hit 1980s series Dynasty. Her ability to shift from dramatic roles to sophisticated villains showed the depth of her talent. In the late 1990s, Carroll publicly revealed that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer, becoming an outspoken advocate for early detection and awareness. By sharing her experience, she encouraged countless women to take their health seriously and seek regular screenings. Diahann Carroll passed away on October 4, 2019, at the age of 84. Yet her legacy remains powerful. She proved that talent combined with courage can break barriers. More importantly, she showed that representation on screen can change how an entire generation sees itself, and that impact continues to echo today. Kevin Peter Hall. When audiences watched the terrifying alien hunter in Predator, 1987, few realized the extraordinary actor hidden beneath the heavy costume and elaborate makeup. That performer was Kevin Peter Hall, a man whose towering height and remarkable physical control allowed him to create one of the most iconic creatures in movie history. Standing 7 feet 2 inches tall, Hall possessed a presence that immediately set him apart in Hollywood. But what truly made him special was not his size. It was his ability to bring personality and emotion to characters whose faces were rarely seen. Born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Hall grew up in a tall family. His parents were both over 6 feet tall, and several of his siblings inherited similar height. Despite his unusual stature, He pursued athletics and attended George Washington University, where he played basketball before discovering his passion for acting. Eventually, his unique physical attributes opened doors to film roles that required performers capable of portraying creatures and larger-than-life characters. His breakthrough came with the role of the alien warrior in Predator. Wearing a complex costume that weighed dozens of pounds, Hall relied entirely on body language and movement to communicate menace and intelligence. The result was unforgettable. The Predator quickly became one of the most recognizable monsters in science fiction cinema, and Hall returned to the role in Predator 2, 1990. Yet Hall's range extended far beyond frightening creatures. In the television series Harry and the Hendersons, he portrayed Harry, a gentle Bigfoot who becomes part of a human family. Through careful physical acting, Hall transformed what could have been a simple costume character into someone lovable and sympathetic. Tragically, Hall's life ended far too soon. During surgery in the late 1980s, he received a blood transfusion that was contaminated with HIV, a devastating accident at a time when screening methods were still developing. The infection later progressed to complications related to AIDS. On April 10, 1991, Kevin Peter Hall passed away at just 35 years old. His career was brief, but his impact was lasting. Through movement, discipline, and creativity, he proved that even behind layers of makeup, true acting can still shine through. Sherman Hemsley. Sherman Hemsley created one of the most unforgettable characters in television history, George Jefferson, the loud, confident businessman who proudly declared he had finally moved on up. But behind that bold personality was a hardworking actor whose path to success was anything but easy. Born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Hemsley grew up in a working-class neighborhood and even served in the United States Air Force before pursuing acting. For years, he worked regular jobs while studying theater at night, determined to prove that talent and persistence could open doors. His breakthrough arrived in the early 1970s when producer Norman Lear cast him as George Jefferson on All in the Family. The character quickly became so popular that it spun off into its own series, The Jeffersons, which aired from 1975 to 1985 for 11 successful seasons. The show followed George and his wife Louise as they moved from a modest neighborhood to a luxury apartment in Manhattan. With Hemsley's explosive energy, sharp comedic timing, and unforgettable delivery, George Jefferson became one of television's most recognizable personalities. Yet beneath the humor was a deeper message. The Jeffersons presented a successful Black family running their own business and living comfortably, something rarely shown on American television at the time. Hemsley brought both comedy and humanity to the role, allowing viewers to laugh while also seeing the pride and vulnerability behind George's tough exterior. After the series ended, Hemsley continued acting in television, theater, and guest roles in shows like The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Family Matters. Fans also loved hearing him sing the show's famous theme song, Movin' On Up, which perfectly captured the spirit of his character. Sherman Hemsley passed away on July 24, 2012, at the age of 74 after battling lung cancer. But his legacy remains alive in television history. Through George Jefferson, he helped audiences see a confident, successful Black businessman at the center of a popular sitcom, an image that challenged stereotypes and inspired future generations. Sometimes laughter can change how people see the world, and Sherman Hemsley did exactly that, one punchline at a time. Esther Rolle. When viewers think of the classic sitcom Good Times, one character often stands at the emotional heart of the story, Florida Evans, the strong and determined mother played by Esther Rolle. With her calm authority and powerful voice, Rolle brought dignity to a character who represented countless hardworking mothers trying to hold their families together through difficult circumstances. Her performance gave the show its emotional depth and reminded audiences that strength often comes quietly through patience, love, and responsibility. Esther Rolle was born in Pompano Beach, Florida, one of 18 children in her family. Growing up in such a large household gave her first-hand understanding of family dynamics, sacrifice, and resilience, qualities she later brought into her acting. Before achieving television fame, Rolle trained in theater and performed on stage in New York. She believed strongly that acting should portray truth and respect for real people's experiences. Her character, Florida Evans, first appeared on the sitcom Maude, where she worked as a housekeeper. The role quickly became so popular that it led to the creation of Good Times, 1974 to 1979. On the show, Florida was the anchor of a struggling Chicago family facing poverty, social challenges, and everyday hardships. Rolle insisted that the family be portrayed with dignity rather than stereotypes, even leaving the show temporarily when she felt the writing had moved too far toward comedy at the expense of realism. Throughout her career, Rolle continued acting in films and television, including appearances in Driving Miss Daisy and numerous stage productions. But beyond acting, she remained passionate about improving how Black families and women were portrayed in entertainment. Esther Rolle passed away on November 17, 1998, at the age of 78, following complications related to diabetes. Her passing marked the loss of a powerful voice in television history, yet her influence endures. Through Florida Evans, Rolle showed millions of viewers that dignity, compassion, and moral strength can exist even in the toughest circumstances. Her work reminded audiences that strong families are not defined by wealth, but by love, courage, and the determination to keep going no matter what. Tommy Ford. For millions of television viewers in the 1990s, Tommy Ford was the man who could make an entire room laugh without saying a single word. Best known for his role as Tommy Strong on the hit sitcom Martin, Ford had a natural comedic rhythm that turned everyday conversations into unforgettable moments. His character, the loyal friend constantly teased by Martin Lawrence and the rest of the crew, became one of the most beloved figures on the show. And of course, one running joke kept audiences laughing for years. Nobody ever seemed to know exactly what Tommy did for a living. Born Thomas McCall Ford in Los Angeles, California, Ford grew up surrounded by creativity and eventually pursued acting as a career. Before Martin, he appeared in television programs such as A Different World and New York Undercover. Yet it was Martin, which aired from 1992 to 1997, that made him a household name. Ford's style of comedy was subtle but powerful. His reactions, facial expressions, and timing allowed him to steal scenes even when he had very few lines. After the series ended, Ford continued acting in television and film while also exploring other creative paths. He became involved in writing and producing, and later authored motivational books aimed at young readers, encouraging them to make positive choices in life. Ford often spoke about responsibility, fatherhood, and personal growth, showing that his influence reached beyond entertainment. Tragically, Ford's life ended suddenly in October 2016. A ruptured abdominal aneurysm, a rare but severe medical emergency, led to complications that doctors could not reverse. He passed away at just 52 years old, leaving fans and colleagues shocked by how quickly everything had changed. Yet Ford's legacy lives on through laughter. His performances remind us that humor can bring people together during difficult times. More importantly, his life shows that the people who make us laugh often carry deeper purpose, using their talent not just to entertain, but to lift the spirits of everyone watching. Roxy Roker. In the 1970s, American television was slowly beginning to change. Barriers that once seemed unbreakable were starting to crack, and a few brave performers helped push those doors open. Among them was Roxy Roker, an actress whose elegance and quiet strength helped redefine representation on television. Her most famous role came in the classic sitcom The Jeffersons, where she portrayed Helen Willis, part of one of the first interracial married couples regularly shown on American television. Born in Miami, Florida, and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Roker developed an early love for the arts. She studied drama at Howard University, where she refined her craft before pursuing professional acting. Like many performers of her generation, Roker first built her career on the stage, gaining experience in theater before transitioning to television and film. Her role on The Jeffersons began in 1975, and it quickly became historically significant. Helen Willis was intelligent, confident, and compassionate, a woman who navigated social tensions with grace. At a time when interracial relationships were still controversial on television, Roker and her co-star Franklin Cover portrayed their characters' marriage with warmth and authenticity. Their performances helped normalize the idea that love could transcend racial boundaries, making the show both entertaining and quietly groundbreaking. Beyond television, Roker remained active in theater and other acting projects. She was also known as the mother of rock musician Lenny Kravitz, whose creative success reflected the artistic environment she helped nurture at home. Friends and colleagues often describe Roker as thoughtful, disciplined, and deeply committed to her work. In the early 1990s, Roker was diagnosed with breast cancer, a battle she faced with determination and privacy. On December 2, 1995, she passed away at the age of 66. Although her life ended too soon, Roxy Roker left behind something lasting, a legacy of dignity and representation. Through her performances, she helped audiences see a broader and more inclusive vision of family and love, an achievement that continues to influence television today. Natalie Desselle-Reid. Some actors light up the screen the moment they appear, bringing energy that audiences instantly connect with. Natalie Desselle-Reid was one of those rare performers. Known for her lively personality and sharp comedic timing, she became a memorable presence in both film and television during the 1990s and early 2000s. Born in Alexandria, Louisiana, she discovered her passion for acting while studying theater at Grambling State University, where she performed in stage productions that helped build the expressive style she later carried to the screen. Desselle-Reid first gained attention through television appearances, including roles on Family Matters and Built to Last. But her big break came in 1997 with the comedy film BAPS, where she starred alongside Halle Berry. Playing the spirited and outspoken Mickey, she delivered a performance that audiences still remember for its humor and personality. The film developed a strong cult following, and Desselle-Reid's character became one of its most quoted elements. She continued to show her range in projects like Eve's Bayou, 1997, a critically acclaimed drama that allowed her to demonstrate emotional depth beyond comedy. On television, she later appeared in series such as Eve, bringing warmth and humor to her roles. Colleagues often described her as someone who could lift the mood of an entire set with her enthusiasm and positivity. Behind the scenes, Desselle-Reid was devoted to her family life. After becoming a mother, she balanced her acting career with raising her children, often speaking about how important it was to maintain that balance. Those who knew her personally remembered her kindness and genuine spirit as much as her talent. Tragically, Natalie Desselle-Reid passed away on December 7, 2020, at the age of 53 after battling colon cancer. Her passing shocked many fans who had not realized she was facing such a serious illness. Yet her legacy continues through the laughter and joy she brought to audiences. Natalie Desselle-Reid reminded us that sometimes the brightest energy in entertainment comes from performers who simply love making people smile. And that kind of impact can last long after the credits roll. Ja'Net DuBois. Ja'Net DuBois was a performer whose talent stretched far beyond acting. She was a singer, songwriter, producer, and storyteller who left a deep mark on American television. Most audiences remember her as Willona Woods from the classic sitcom Good Times. With her fashionable style, quick wit, and strong personality, Willona became one of the most beloved characters on the show. DuBois brought humor and warmth to the role, creating a character who felt both stylish and compassionate. Born in Brooklyn, New York, DuBois developed an early love for performing arts. She studied theater and began working in stage productions before moving into television and music. That diverse background allowed her to bring a unique creative energy to every project she touched. Her role on Good Times, 1974 to 1979, made her widely recognized across the United States. As the Evans family's outspoken neighbor and later adoptive mother to Penny, Willona added both comedic relief and emotional depth to the series. DuBois had a natural ability to combine humor with sincerity, making audiences laugh while still feeling connected to the character's struggles. Beyond acting, DuBois made another remarkable contribution to television history. She co-wrote and performed the iconic theme song for The Jeffersons, "Movin' On Up." The song became one of the most recognizable television themes ever created, symbolizing progress, ambition, and hope. Its energetic melody continues to be associated with the cultural impact of the series. Throughout her career, DuBois remained active in music, television production, and community work. She supported young artists and often used her platform to encourage creativity and cultural expression. Janae DuBois passed away on February 17, 2020, at the age of 74, reportedly from cardiac arrest. Her death marked the loss of a multi-talented artist whose work helped shape the sound and style of classic television. Her legacy reminds us that creativity can take many forms. Whether through music, comedy, or storytelling, Janae DuBois showed that artists have the power to leave joy and inspiration behind for generations to come. Robert Guillaume. Robert Guillaume was a man whose voice alone could command a room. Deep, steady, and filled with authority, it became one of the most recognizable voices in American television and film. But beyond that powerful voice was an actor who spent decades quietly breaking barriers. Born Robert Peter Williams in St. Louis, Missouri, he grew up in a working-class neighborhood and discovered early that performing was his path. Music, theater, and storytelling fascinated him, eventually leading him to pursue a professional career on stage. Guillaume first gained widespread recognition in the late 1970s with the television series Soap. His character Benson DuBois, the sharp and intelligent family butler, quickly became so popular that he received his own spin-off series, Benson, which ran from 1979 to 1986. In that show, the character evolved from household employee to a trusted government official in the governor's office. An unusual and powerful storyline for a Black character on television at the time. Guillaume's performance earned him 2 Emmy Awards, solidifying his reputation as one of television's most respected actors. But his talent extended far beyond sitcoms. Guillaume had a strong background in Broadway and musical theater, appearing in productions like Guys and Dolls and Phantom of the Opera. His rich singing voice and dramatic presence made him equally comfortable in music, drama, and comedy. A younger generation also knows him for a very different role: his voice performance as Rafiki in Disney's The Lion King, 1994. The wise mandrill who guides Simba carried warmth, humor, and spiritual insight, all delivered through Guillaume's unmistakable voice. Later in life, Guillaume faced serious health challenges. He battled prostate cancer and in 1999 suffered a stroke that temporarily affected his speech and mobility. Remarkably, he worked tirelessly through rehabilitation and eventually returned to acting, demonstrating extraordinary determination. Robert Guillaume passed away on October 24, 2017, at the age of 89. His career showed that talent, discipline, and perseverance can reshape opportunities, not only for one performer, but for many who follow. In every role he played, Guillaume reminded audiences that dignity and intelligence deserve a place at the center of every story. Rosalind Cash. Rosalind Cash possessed a presence that was impossible to ignore. Whether on stage, television, or film, she carried a quiet intensity that made audiences pay attention. Born in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Cash developed an interest in acting early in life and pursued formal training to refine her craft. She became part of the influential Negro Ensemble Company, a theater organization that helped launch the careers of many Black performers during the 1960s and 1970s. The experience gave her a strong foundation in classical acting and stage discipline. Cash first began attracting attention through television roles, but it was her work in film during the 1970s that truly showcased her dramatic ability. One of her most notable appearances came in The Omega Man, 1971, a science fiction film starring Charlton Heston. Cash played Lisa, a determined survivor in a world devastated by a mysterious plague. Her performance brought emotional depth and intelligence to a genre that often relied more on spectacle than character. Another significant role came in Clute, 1971, alongside Jane Fonda and Donald Sutherland. Though her role was smaller, Cash demonstrated her ability to hold her own among major Hollywood stars. Directors and producers often admired her professionalism and the thoughtful preparation she brought to each character. Throughout her career, Cash appeared in numerous television productions, frequently portraying strong, educated women, teachers, professionals, and authority figures. At a time when roles for Black actresses were often limited, she intentionally chose projects that reflected dignity and complexity. Her performances helped expand the range of characters available to Black women on screen. Behind the scenes, Cash was respected for her dedication to meaningful storytelling rather than chasing fame. She believed acting should reflect real human experiences and social realities. Sadly, Rosalind Cash passed away on October 31st, 1995, at the age of 56 after battling cancer. Although her life ended relatively early, the work she left behind remains significant. Through her performances, Cash helped prove that strong storytelling requires not only talent, but also courage. The courage to portray truth, even when the world is not ready to hear it. Madge Sinclair. Madge Sinclair possessed a rare quality that filmmakers often struggle to find: an effortless sense of dignity. Whenever she appeared on screen, she carried herself with the calm authority of someone who truly belonged in the role. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, Sinclair first worked as a teacher before pursuing acting, a decision that would eventually lead her to become one of the most respected performers of her generation. After moving to the United States in the 1960s, she began building a career through theater and television appearances, gradually earning recognition for her powerful presence. One of her most significant roles came in the historic miniseries Roots, 1977, where she portrayed Belle Reynolds, the strong-willed wife of Kunta Kinte. The series itself became one of the most watched television events in American history, reaching an estimated 130 million viewers during its original broadcast. Sinclair's performance helped bring emotional depth to the story, portraying a woman determined to protect her family while living under unimaginable hardship. In the years that followed, Sinclair continued appearing in major television and film productions. She earned an Emmy Award in 1982 for her role as Nurse Ernestine Shoup on the medical drama Trapper John, M.D. Her portrayal combined strength with compassion, reflecting the professionalism and dedication of medical workers. Many audiences also remember her as Queen Alien in the beloved comedy Coming to America, 1988, starring Eddie Murphy. Even in a comedic setting, Sinclair brought grace and warmth to the character. Her voice reached millions of younger viewers as well. In Disney's The Lion King, 1994, she provided the voice of Sarabi, Simba's wise and protective mother. The role demonstrated her ability to communicate powerful emotion, even through animation. Madge Sinclair passed away on December 20th, 1995, at the age of 57 after battling leukemia. Though her life ended too soon, her legacy continues through the characters she portrayed. strong women who balance compassion with courage. Her work reminds us that true strength often appears not through loud power, but through quiet determination and grace. Earl Cameron. Earl Cameron's career represents one of the most extraordinary journeys in the history of film and television. At a time when opportunities for Black actors were extremely limited, Cameron quietly broke barriers through perseverance, discipline, and remarkable professionalism. Born in Pembroke, Bermuda, he moved to London, England during the 1930s in search of new opportunities. What followed was a career that would span more than 70 years, making him one of the longest-working actors in British cinema. Cameron's breakthrough arrived in 1951 with the film Pool of London. At a time when most Black actors were restricted to stereotypical roles, Cameron portrayed a respectable, intelligent sailor involved in a dramatic storyline that treated his character with dignity. The performance was groundbreaking and helped demonstrate that audiences were ready to see Black actors in serious dramatic roles. Throughout the following decades, Cameron appeared in numerous British films and television productions, building a reputation for calm authority and thoughtful performances. One of his most widely recognized appearances came in Thunderball, 1965, part of the legendary James Bond franchise. Although his role was relatively small, it represented an important moment for diversity within a major international film series. Beyond film, Cameron also appeared in television dramas and stage productions, consistently portraying professionals such as doctors, officers, and leaders, roles rarely offered to Black actors during the early years of his career. His work helped slowly change perceptions within the British entertainment industry. Cameron continued working well into his later years and was eventually honored with the Commander of the Order of the British Empire, CBE, for his contributions to drama. He lived to the remarkable age of 102, passing away on July 3, 2020, after complications from pneumonia. His life stands as a powerful reminder that progress often comes through patience and persistence. Earl Cameron did not simply build a career, he helped open doors for generations of actors who followed. And through that quiet determination, he changed the landscape of film forever. Howard Rollins. Howard Rollins was widely regarded as one of the most promising dramatic actors of his generation, a performer whose intelligence and emotional intensity could transform every role he touched. Born in Baltimore, Maryland, Rollins discovered his passion for acting while studying theater at Towson State University. From the beginning, it was clear he possessed a rare dramatic depth. His stage work quickly earned attention, and before long, he began moving into film and television, where his powerful screen presence set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Rollins achieved national recognition with the film Ragtime, 1981, portraying the determined pianist Coalhouse Walker Jr. The role demanded both emotional range and quiet strength, and Rollins delivered a performance so compelling that it earned him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Critics praised his ability to capture the dignity and frustration of a man seeking justice in a deeply unequal society. He later became widely known to television audiences for his role as Detective Virgil Tibbs in the series In the Heat of the Night. The character had originally been portrayed by Sidney Poitier in the 1967 film, but Rollins brought his own thoughtful interpretation to the role. For several seasons, he helped anchor the show with a performance that balanced authority, intelligence, and empathy. However, Rollins's life was marked by serious personal and health struggles. He battled lymphoma and later faced AIDS-related complications, conditions that weakened his health during the 1990s. At the same time, he struggled with substance abuse, challenges that sometimes disrupted his career. Despite these difficulties, Rollins remained passionate about acting whenever his health allowed him to work. Howard Rollins passed away on December 8, 1996, at the age of 46. His career, though shorter than many had hoped, left a lasting impression. Those who worked with him often spoke of his extraordinary talent and the emotional honesty he brought to every role. His story serves as a reminder that behind the spotlight, even gifted artists face profound struggles, and that compassion and understanding are essential in remembering their legacy. Elena Reed Hall. Elena Reed Hall was an actress whose warmth and sincerity made her beloved by audiences of all ages. For many families, her face became familiar through children's television, where she helped shape the early experiences of countless young viewers. Born in Springfield, Ohio, Reed Hall developed a passion for performance early in life. Her natural musical ability and expressive personality eventually led her to pursue acting and singing professionally, beginning with stage performances before moving into television. Her most widely recognized role came in 1976 when she joined the cast of Sesame Street. On the program, she portrayed Olivia Robinson, a kind and supportive neighborhood resident who ran a photography studio. Through the character, Reed Hall helped introduce young viewers to lessons about friendship, creativity, and cooperation. For several years, she remained an important part of the show's ensemble, bringing warmth and encouragement to children watching at home. Later, Reed Hall demonstrated her comedic talent in the sitcom 227, where she played Rose Lee Holloway, the level-headed and sensible friend within a lively apartment building community. Her character often served as a voice of reason, balancing humor with thoughtful perspective. The series ran for several seasons during the 1980s and became a favorite among audiences who appreciated its humor and relatable characters. Beyond television, Reed Hall also remained connected to theater and music, continuing to perform in stage productions that showcased her singing abilities. Colleagues frequently described her as a performer who brought genuine kindness to every set and rehearsal. In the later years of her life, Reed Hall battled breast cancer, a disease she faced with determination while continuing to remain connected to the entertainment community. She passed away on December 17, 2009, at the age of 63. Though her career spans several decades, Reed Hall is perhaps best remembered for the gentle encouragement she offered to children through television. Her work reminds us that entertainment can do more than amuse. It can educate, comfort, and inspire generations growing up in front of the screen. These actors gave the world laughter, inspiration, and unforgettable performances. Yet many of them fought painful illnesses quietly, often continuing to work while carrying struggles few people could see. Their stories remind us that behind every star is a human being, someone with courage, vulnerability, and a legacy that deserves to be remembered. But it raises an important question. Does Hollywood truly honor these pioneers enough after they're gone? Their contributions shaped television, film, and culture, opening doors for future generations. The least we can do is keep their stories alive. If you believe their legacy deserves more recognition, subscribe to Black Excellence Legends and join the conversation. Which actor on this list impacted you the most and why? Tell us in the comments.